Come on, we can do a little bit better than that. Good morning, Kempsville. Good morning. That was awesome. Let's give our freshmen here another hand or another round of applause. It's a privilege and an honor to be here today to help celebrate and commemorate a commitment to graduate. And we give honor to the principal, the assistant principal, and all the staff here at Kempsville for doing such an excellent job with mentoring and raising our children, which are not only our future, but our right now. I want to share with you today something that I believe is going to inspire our freshmen and cause a recommitment and resolve in us as adults. And it's called the audacity to hope. See, a commitment to graduate is nothing more than you being bold enough to say that even though I don't know what's going to come tomorrow, I'm ready to make a commitment today to graduating. What's amazing is when we talk about the audacity to hope, it conjures up a term called how dare you. And when someone asks the question, how dare you, it's usually in a response to a behavior, to something spoken or something acted out that comes as a shock or even causes anger to the person viewing it. When you say, how dare you, what you're saying is, you've just put me in shock by what you said or what you did. And what's amazing about this term, how dare you, is that not only do our family and our friends have the ability to cause us to ask them this particular question, but sometimes looking in the mirror after a situation, we tend to ask ourselves that same question. How dare you? How dare you dream big like that? How dare you say you want to achieve this? How dare you, based on the family DNA and family history that you have the audacity to believe that you deserve something better? In 2003, the Wachowski brothers released a franchise movie called The Matrix Reloaded. This was the second and the third installment of an epic battle between humanity's hope to succeed and scientific enemies. In The Matrix Reloaded, the architect was introduced as a pivotal character to speak into the life of Neo, the main character. And in his appearance, he shares this wisdom and this question to Neo. He says, hope is the quintessential illusion of humanity. Hope simultaneously is the source of your greatest strength and the source of your greatest weakness. What the architect was trying to pose to Neo was that humanity has this issue, this balance that we struggle with this subject called hope. It can be our greatest strength at times, and in other times, in stark contrast, it can be our greatest weakness. Now, 2 years later, after the Wachowski brothers released this particular movie, a then U.S. senator from the city of Chicago approached the podium at the Democratic convention, and he began to share a speech that practically guaranteed his nomination to the U.S. presidency. Obama began to talk in this 20-minute speech about hope. He speaks of a world beyond borders, a world beyond limitations. He said that his parents had such a commitment to his success that they even decided to name him Barack, which is translated in his native language to mean, I'm blessed. Think about that. He shared in this particular speech 3 aspects of hope that I believe are pivotal for our freshmen today to make sure that they are committed to graduating. First, he shared that hope is rooted in the place that we cannot see with the naked eye. Hope is rooted in a place called potential. See, I love potential because potential is the seed that has been buried in the ground that cannot be seen. It is that element that has been covered in darkness and pressure on each side of it, and it seemingly is going through a breakdown. I assume that through these 4 years, freshmen, that you're going to go through some situations that are going to make you feel like you're pressed on every side. You're going to feel like you've been covered up in dirt and it's dark and nobody understands or can appreciate the situations that you're currently going through. But I came to let you know today that that is just a setup for a breakthrough, simply because potential has to be planted in a place where no one else can see. Potential has to grow when no one's watching it. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere seemingly, a root shoots out of the ground. And then all of a sudden it gets taller and taller. But what we don't see is the inner workings of that potential, which is the root that is taken deep, it's going deep into the ground, so much so that it cannot be removed at this time. That's potential. Number two, Barack Obama talked about the fact that hope requires a vision that's bigger than yourself. As you travel, and high school is kind of the foundational ground for the rest of your life and how you're going to do life. As you begin to travel, as you begin to journey through this process called life, you will find out that success is one thing by yourself, but success takes on a totally different complexion when you achieve it with someone else. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said, superstars win games, but teams win championships. Chiefs, I want to challenge you today and through these next 4 years that you're going to go through to make sure that you don't become selfish with your success. That you realize that your success is directly related and connected to the people that are sitting to your left and to your right. Number three, President Obama talked about in this 20-minute speech, he shared that hope will cause you to get up after some of your most amazing failures. I am proud to stand here today and let you know that you're looking at a failure. You're looking at someone who's tried a lot of different things and failed at a lot of different things. But I take solace in the quote from Thomas Edison, who said, "I've not failed 10,000 times. I've found 10,000 ways that don't work for me." It's amazing to understand that when you go through a failure, if you extract a lesson from that failure, my friend, you've not failed. You've gained a valuable experience that can now catapult you into the next level of your life. But again, I remind you that it's not about you. So when you fail and you then begin to pick yourself up and succeed, don't be stingy with your testimony. Make sure you share these things with those around you, because you never know who's going through the exact same thing you went through in their freshman year now that you're in your senior year. I want to close with just a few lines as then Senator Obama closed this speech. I want to share this with you because I believe that this will be the capstone to commemorate this day. He says, hope is not blind optimism. Hope is not ignoring the enormity of the task ahead or the roadblocks that stand in our path. It's not sitting on the sidelines or shrieking from a fight. Hope is that thing inside of us that insists that despite all the evidence to the contrary, that something better awaits us if we have the courage to fight for it, if we have the courage to work for it, and if we have the courage to reach for it. Chiefs, I want to remind you, this morning is all about you. This is about a commitment, an audacity to hope that you see yourself this year walking across the stage in 2017. Thank you so much for your time, and I wish you all the best.